Our team, comprised of Vishal, Ryan, Jay, Eddie, and me, Pavan, have programmed a safety app called Sysafe, which utilizes VoIP innovations, telco, SMS, REST technology as a core part of our functionality.
Now, right now in America, there is a growing problem of child safety. As the Washington Post has reported, in all of history of school shooting, there have been over 250,000 students involved in school violence. Now, this number is continuing to grow, and we realize that we need to bring this number down. Thus, we were inspired to create SciSafe, an app in which students can be protected and which parents can help monitor these children.
Now you may be wondering, like, what is the difference between our app and other safety apps on the current market? Initially, we started with an emergency alert system, which is where a child can press one button, and then it sends an alert to the parent if the child is in imminent danger. Secondly, we added a boundary feature, which allows the parent to set a boundary and restrictions on where the child can go, and is alerted if the child exceeds those boundaries. Lastly, we solidified our app with a feature that is like an alarm, where the parent sets a time, and then if the child is not home by that time, then an alert is sent to the parent if the child is not home.
So another unique fact about our app is that we actually have two different UIs for the parent and the child, as you can see here. Now if we go ahead and log into the parent account, as you see here, you see one child registered under that parent's name, little boy bear. So if we go ahead and click that button, you're going to go ahead and see a Google Map pop up as well as a notification in a few seconds. Because of our boundary system, which we follow up and explain.
Now, as we zoom in, we currently see two objects. The first object is the marker of the current child, and the second object is the boundary. And right now, as you can see, we received an SMS from Sysafe. Using VoIP's API, SMS API, we were able to create an SMS system, and on that SMS system, it explained that 5,000 meters, which is the boundary that we've set. Now, we feel like it's important to notify the parents when the child has left the boundary. And right now, as you can see, the child is way far away from the boundary.
Now, another feature that we also added to our app was the notifier if the child is at home. So if we go ahead and, actually a scenario that we can use, right? So let's say my child has soccer practice at 6 o'clock and wants to be home by 6:30, but the parent is working at that time. So he or she can go ahead and set an alarm at 6:30, and at 6:30, the app will go ahead and check if the child's home or not. And if so, the app will go ahead and send an SMS to the parent saying the child has successfully come home.
As you can see, for time's sake and for the presentation, we're going to set it 1 minute in advance, and in around 1 minute, you will see an SMS that alerts the parent if the child is in the house or outside.
Next, we're going to talk about the child UI. The child UI is comprised of 3 buttons: red, green, and yellow. The red represents that the child is in extreme danger. Yellow means that the child is in moderate danger and or she is unsafe about the situation. Green means that the child is completely safe. Take for instance a school shooting situation. A gunman is inside the school and the child has to be safe. The child cannot use SMS because it is too risky and time consuming to send the SMSs back and forth to the parent. Instead, the child can press the red button to instantly send a message to the parent, which tells them that one, the child is completely safe, and two, that the child is in extreme danger.
Thus, our app, as SciSafe, demonstrates the long-term and the short-term possibilities of a parent protecting their child. Long-term, we see that the app shows the parent the long-term through the real-time tracking, through reports being sent, and through allowing the parent being able to set an alarm for when the child is supposed to arrive home. Now, for the short-term safety, we see that the children is allowed to select 3 options in which they can determine how safe they feel in the current situation. Thank you for listening.
So let's get team number 3 on their way up, and then we can ask questions. That's you guys. Yeah.
We barely end.
So you give 5 seconds left. That's it. But you can go ahead and do questions while you're.
Are there any questions?
I noticed that you had to sign in to use the app.
Yeah,
The
after
scenario
signing
that
in,
you presented, that's a sort of barrier for entry, right? In the school shooting, you have to have somebody to sign in first.
we have a feature if you sign in once, you don't have to sign in any more times. So it's safe.
This was for demo purposes.
Right, that I understand. We'll make sure you address it, that's all.
Yeah.
So you were talking too about being able to monitor a child who got a certain distance away or outside of where they're supposed to be. Is that just based upon distance from a certain location, or is there some
That's-
geofencing capability?
So
Or?
the boundary that you saw, that was actually the parent's location. So if the child was actually away from the parent's location, so that was the barrier.
So it would be like, say, you can go 50 feet away, or you can go 100
Yeah,
yards
so
away, or you can go whatever
the
you
child
can.
can
There's
set
an
that.
SMS that said 5,000. So
Okay.
that was the parent's location. So
Yep.
if the child was away from 5,000 meters, there's a radius, as you saw. So if the child was out of that 5,000 radius, then
Got it.
they would get an SMS.
Also, to add on to that, you can actually change the location of where that boundary exists. So if you want, you can set it to be your house. All you have to do is go into the settings menu and hit change location of the center of the circle, and then that would change where you want the boundary to be originated at.
Cool. Let's get the next scoop up.